This is the World Cup Fort William downhill. I'm going to take another tour of the pits to see if I can find some more cool tech. So we're over at Santa Cruz checking out their new Nomad. They also have the Juliana Strega. It's the same bike, this is the ladies version. Come in sizes small through to medium in the Juliana and small through to XL in the Nomad. So it's definitely a new design. You can see it's lower link driven now. It looks much more like a mini V10 than the old Nomad with a shock up top. It's got a metric shock, so you've got that big bearing in the bottom there, much more reliable than the bush-ins. It's boost front and rear. A couple of really nice touches. You've got these bolt-on guards, so that's for the pickup when you do the shuttle in. Also the one under the bottom there, it's not stuck on anymore, it's actually bolted onto the frame. Nice little washer there to stop the chain from slapping on that chainstay, and also these brand new Santa Cruz carbon wheels with a lifetime guarantee. So we're at Meguro checking out their MT7 disc brake system. This is their gravity disc brake system. Got this HC3 lever, actually the Danny Mac signature model, and this is super adjustable. You can adjust the reach on the front there, but also the bite point, so you can get it going from feeling super firm to going the other end of the scale and actually getting a lot more modulation. It actually moves that plunger that pushes in that piston. Another neat little touch, actually, you can service this brake just using a T25. So there's your bleed port. You can adjust that plunger, tighten the caliper up, but also really neatly, actually just take the brake pads out using that T25, just to remove that there. And actually, there's no springs involved with this. They're just magnetic from the disc brakes to that piston. We're in the Whitey Pit, so we're not allowed a close look at it, but if you look from here, you can see on Aaron Gwynn's bike on the left-hand side, an extra lever and a cable going to his DHX2 Fox rear shock, and that is a lockout. Fort William is a notoriously pedally track, the final straight, the motorway, so some of the riders are actually fitting these remote levers to lock that shock out to get the bike working as best they possibly can in that pedally section. We're in the Trek Factory Racing pits, and this is Graham Mudd's helmet, and check out that peak extender. The weather here is pretty bad, it's raining. In the old days, in my days, you used to just tape, gaffer tape, an old lens to your peak to keep the rain from coming onto your goggles. Bell have made this extension to go on that peak, much neater, does the trick. So we're still seeing a mix of coil and air shocks on downhill bikes. This is a prototype from SR Sont. Brand new air shock. The best thing about air shocks, they're really tunable, adding volume spaces to them. They're slightly less sensitive on the small bumps, but this is a super light prototype shock. It's almost 100 grams lighter than a Fox DHX2. So we're over in the Santa Cruz pits checking out their 29er V10. One of the problems with the downhill 29er bikes is actually finding the space for the rear wheel to travel, especially on the smaller frames, like the large here that Loris Vergier is using. And actually this is a handmade physique Gobi saddle. See, it's been cut out the back. That's a prototype. All that leather's been glued back on. They've actually now made a production version of this, so it's a 29er specific downhill saddle made by Physique. So we're in the Norco pits, and this is their brand new downhill bike. It's actually a prototype, doesn't have a model name just yet. This is Sam Blenkinsop's, the Kiwi rider. You can see there's a big linkage going on there. It's also got an idler jockey wheel over the top, and actually stops some of the influence that chain has on that suspension. So this is actually quite interesting. This is Jack Redding's Nikolai. You can see underneath this green gaffer tape is actually lead weights. So is lighter always faster? Apparently this is actually a bit of an experiment with Chris Porter, who's a suspension guru. He's trying to get some weight put on the bike in certain spots to make that bike feel a lot more stable. Fort William is a really rough course. Does it work? Who knows, but I like to actually try it myself. So we're over at Intense, and they have their prototype 29er downhill bike. You see it's handmade, aluminium frame. There's no name for this bike just yet, so these really cool stickers on it. Also, one of the two teams to have these brand new RockShox 29er forks up front. We've got Jack Moyer and Dean Lucas, top riders, jumped on these 29er bikes, and Jack Moyer actually qualified third place on that brand new 29er. So there you go, there's some really cool tech from the pits here in Fort William. If you want to see more videos, click on the GMBN logo to subscribe, you'll never miss a video. Click up there for the first tech video from Fort William, and down there for the Dirt Shed show from Fort William. Give us a thumbs up if you like these videos.